It was a foggy morning on day 2. While still cold, the high winds of the previous afternoon had finally subsided. We took our time preparing to travel.
What time are y'all shooting to roll out of here this morning? Any particular time or just whenever it happens?
When it happens.
Okay. I'm putting off rolling up my stuff because I know it's going to be cold.
Well, I'm just being pokey and trying to reorganize. I got a wreck back here, so
That's fine. I got some reorganization too.
and I need to brown some beef to put in my 12-volt crock pot with my cheese sauce so we can have nachos for lunch.
I need to pass on that soup to one of y'all if you've got room in your fridge.
It's been quite the weather year.
Yes. This is very
Last year.
We're only 20 some odd days into it this year.
Last year. Last year. Last year.
Well, actually, already the last 20 days has been quite the weather year also.
It has been interesting. Been appropriate weather for Oklahoma winter.
What do you do when it gets below 22 degrees?
I'll throw on a light jacket or something like that.
It's freezing out here.
Dispatch on my radio on.
Yeah, that's why I was flashing my lights at you.
There he is. Figured it out.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of the Oklahoma Circumnavigation. Oh, those plants on the right look kind of weird the way the frost is on them, don't they?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Frost covering everything. Wow, that ice on the river's cool.
Whoa.
We got a road closed sign and possibly a bridge out. Let me scooch up here just a little bit and see what we get going on. Oh, we're supposed to turn right there. Anyway, turn right. Really cool little bridge on the left.
Oh, yeah, an old stone bridge.
Old campground.
Show us off your route.
I saw that. I didn't see where we could go on our route.
There's a boat ramp here.
That's what I thought.
That's one frozen stream down there.
Yep.
Oh, that's a lot of birds.
Just thicker albino. There's blackbirds about half right in there.
That's just weird seeing the propeller only when it comes down.
Yes, it is. A ghostly image almost. says Meridian Road. Think this is the Meridian in OKC? I bet it is.
This is good. This is the 12-volt crock pot.
Yep, it's a Road Pro brand. You can find them in like truck stops and stuff. I think I bought mine on Amazon, but pretty widely available, and it's a pretty cool way to show up somewhere and have hot food ready.
Yeah. Really heavy. I've done it. I like these chips, but they are fragile.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the bailing. This has been a fun trip so far.
It's a good time.
I just worry if we get too much further down the road, sometimes going to catch up to me, and I'll regret it tomorrow. I'm scrambling around, so.
I'm looking forward to knocking this all out in one big trip. That's going to be a cool couple weeks, probably.
Yeah. Well, there's the next section. Let me know. See what I can do. I think I can do a weekend a month if that's what you're thinking about.
I think I'll do at least that.
Cool. Let me know.
Mike, thanks for joining us. Safe travels home, sir. Thank you. Good luck, guys.
Yep. You have a safe trip home, Mike. Enjoyed the heck out of having you along.
Sir.
Excellent. This road certainly looks like it's well used.
Yeah, straight into a house. I guess we can go south and see if we can get to the road, or we can go north and go up the next section line. Once it's
Well, my map shows this road going through 2 miles, and we can turn south and pick up your original route. Oh, it looks like it's going to get a little interesting up here.
Oh, that's a good one.
Definitely looks well used.
Well, let's go see if there's a road to the left up here. I don't have any idea.
Yeah, my map doesn't even show this road.
This is an awfully good-looking road.
Uh-huh. We're going to run back into that creek, though.
Yeah, the creek's north of the border there, so I don't know. We'll know right quick up here.
Oh, this is a tributary of that other creek. That's why it's so small.
Yeah, I got you. Pretty long road. This is a win.
What a difference in what the countryside looks like.
Yeah, there's been quite the variety on this trip, hasn't there?
Sure has. Hey, look at that, there's a railroad crossing.
Road crossing and intersection all right here together. This is a Chisholm Trail crossing right there, so check out this scenic overlook right here. Well, it'll be an interesting picture either way, Chisholm Trail.
Said road closed. We decided we'd come up here and see why it was closed, and looks like people have been crossing here. We're going to go ahead and respect the signs. We don't want to encourage people to be ignoring the signs. We have turned to the south off of the proposed Oklahoma Circumnavigation route and are heading towards Great Salt Plains State Park, where we hope to find a place to spend the night. So we're stopping here where apparently we can get some pretty tasty artesian water. See it flowing over there too. Looks pretty good. After filling a couple jugs with the artesian water, we headed to nearby Great Salt Plains State Park to arrange to camp. This was the end for this trip to validate the Oklahoma Circumnavigation route. Tomorrow we'd explore the local area a little bit, seeing if there was any interesting bird watching. Forgot to empty this last night. I think this stuff was moist as it gathered in there from all that fog.
Yeah.
It looks kind of, doesn't look so dusty right now.
Yeah, it looked like there was a pretty good clump in there yesterday. Oh.
Yep.
You know, that might have made me a believer in those things.
Yeah, you don't want to leave that stuff in there, because if you do, it gets real fine, and as it gets beat around in there, and then once it gets fine, it can get past your air filter, and you don't want that. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 3 of the Oklahoma Circumnavigation.
Bald Eagle on the right, landing in the field. Taking back off. Headed on that power boat.
We're entering the Salt Plains National Wildlife Refuge. Just doing a little bird watching. We're letting our gear de-ice, if you will. It was pretty cold last night. Quite a bit of ice on our tents and stuff.
We'll go left on the auto trail. No, it's closed too. They've got it all shut down. Huh. That's frustrating.
Oh well. You know, you don't really notice how noisy the world is until you want to record audio.
Those trucks are just...
And
We got a cardinal singing behind us. There.
bird watching. We're headed back to the campground and go ahead and pull up our gear, which we hope is de-iced. across the dirt route here. Chad and I are here at Drummond Flats WMA, Wildlife Management Area, and we're going to spend just a little while here before splitting up and each of us heading home. He's looking for a northern shrike. That's a bird. So what's that bird on the left?
I think the hawk's just a red-tailed hawk. I haven't got a good enough flag to completely eliminate everybody else.
Is he hunting? I mean, he looks like he's not interested in flying somewhere.
Yeah, he's out looking for something to eat.
While we did see a few birds at Drummond Flats, Chad never did see a northern shrike. Throughout the trip, though, we did spot several rough-legged hawks, which pleased Mike and Chad. But it was a total of 9 bald eagles spotted that impressed me, and that didn't include one just a mile from my very suburban home in Midwest City.
I'm hoping this is informational for you, and coming up next on Utah ADV, I haven't figured that out yet, I'll let you know, as we head into this great year of 2022. I hope it's going to be a good one for you as well. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe. We're getting close to 500 subscriptions. I'd like to bump this up to 1,000 by the end of the year.
are you doing today? I was just watching a video from my friend Eric Young on Utah ADV. You may remember Eric. He is the gentleman who owns the White Rhino, the white Chevy Tahoe police interceptor that was showcased during a rig talk at a gathering of wanderers. And he's done a really nice job building that, and he has a really interesting YouTube channel. He's actually a very accomplished videographer. He taught it in one of the local colleges there in St. George, Utah, where he lives. And so if you're interested in his thoughts on overlanding, and he also uses motorcycles for ADV riding, give his channel a look. It's a really good channel. Anyway, I'll bet you didn't expect to see me so quickly, did you? I just put one of these together last week, didn't I? So this is going to actually be a really short one. I just want to talk a little bit about a couple of things directly related to the video you just finished watching. Not Eric's, but mine. And the first thing I'd like to talk to you about is there's a place in day one where we're crossing a water crossing, and Chad makes some comment about this is where I had my problem. I can't remember exactly how he worded that.
Yeah, this is the sort of thing that got me.
But he lost his rig because of some poor choices, and he made a video about his choices, the things he did wrong, the things he did right, and it's really awakening. It's very straightforward from him on exactly what he did wrong that caused him to lose that vehicle, and I'm going to put a link to that down in my description for this video, so look for that link down there. And if you're interested in seeing exactly how it was that he lost his previous Land Cruiser. The second thing I want to talk about is I drove 2-lane highways all the way up to the meeting point for Chad up there at the Hulah WMA, which is a several-hour drive. Drove partly along Route 66 and then drove north after I left Route 66 and taken just all these neat 2-lane highways. While I was out in the middle of farm country, if you will, an ambulance passed me going the other direction, which rather surprised me. I mean, he was going full speed ahead, all lights and siren blazing out in the middle of nowhere. And so I was a bit surprised by that and kind of wondering what happened. Well, about a half hour later, I get stopped at what I thought was because of a fire, because the two gentlemen that stopped me were wearing vests that said fire on them. So I thought, well, maybe they're doing a controlled burn or something like that, and so they got to stop traffic. They just got one lane open or something, I don't know. We were there about 15 minutes. I was the first vehicle in line, but there were a couple of dozen before they finally let us go, and then several dozen came from the other direction, and then they finally did let us go. And I kind of liked this because I now had a section of road where I didn't have to worry about oncoming traffic. I didn't have to worry about anybody passing me because everybody behind me was going to stay behind me. And the oncoming traffic was stopped some distance ahead, 15 minutes travel time, or so I figured. And so I travel down the hill and come around this bend, and when I come around the bend, there are about 24 emergency vehicles, all their lights flashing, people all over the road, trash all over the road, or I thought it was trash, debris all over the road. I had my GoPro running, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe having a GoPro on a windshield while passing all these policemen and so on is not a good idea. And so I quickly turned the camera off recording and set it down. And as I got into it, I realized it was a horrific accident, a traffic accident involving a car and a pickup truck. And the officials that were reacting to the first responders, they didn't care about me. They just wanted me out of their way. So I went ahead and grabbed my camera again, started recording, and I got a little bit of recording of the second vehicle involved in the accident. I don't know what happened, I don't know how it happened, but I just wanted to mention that, share it, and just encourage you, just be safe out there. The last thing is, Chad and I had a somewhat lengthy conversation, not too lengthy, while we were driving along during this trip about use of WMAs. Chad is very conversant in that subject, and so there was a lot of good information that he shared with me. And so I want to go ahead and share that with you, rather than put that in the video itself, just because of the length of it. It's a couple of minutes long, perhaps. I'm going to just go ahead and play that right now, and you can listen to that.
So Chad, regarding the WMAs, in Colorado,
I was able to buy a 1-year-long access to the WMAs without buying a fishing or hunting license. They call it, I don't remember what they call it, a conservation access pass or something. It allows me to use the WMAs. As a senior, it only cost me $10, so it was a real bargain for Colorado. Do they have anything like that for non-residents if they wanted to come here and drive the Oklahoma Circumnavigation Trail?
You know, I'm not 100% sure, but the way the WMA laws are written, all these campgrounds are for hunter and fishermen use. So in my conversations with the wildlife department, they made it pretty clear that really the only reason you should be camping on their land is for hunting or fishing. I wish I had a different story, but over now I'm reviewing Jeff Simmons with Oklahoma Department of Wildlife talking about that very subject.
You know, if you go on the, I'm pretty sure it was the Wildlife Department website, they talk about using them for photography.
Yeah, they talk about using WMA for wildlife viewing and photography, and they talk about a conservation passport you can get for that. But the deal with the camping is, the way the law is written is that the camping is for hunting and hunters and fishermen. So it seems pretty clear that as a whole, camping was not for people who were there for wildlife viewing or photography. But, you know, a call to the area manager may sort that out for any given area.
Okay, I see the nuance there.
I want to say, I mean, I used to only carry the conservation passport, and when I've called ahead the managers or game wardens, they were usually pretty good about saying, go for it, don't worry about it, when it was out of, you know, a major hunting season, but that was a case-by-case basis, I suspect.
Yeah, you'd think if you get out of the significant hunting seasons, not squirrel and stuff like that, but deer hunting and whatever, that they'd go ahead and open them up to other uses.
Yeah, that was my thought as well, but the argument there is that these lands are purchased 100% from proceeds and sales of hunting and fishing licenses, and the federal match for that, and the conservation passport has nothing to do with the acquisition of these lands.
Yeah, that's the complaint in Colorado when they started the conservation pass, was they don't get any matching funds for it. But at least they get the funds from the sale of the pass.
Definitely encourage people to purchase a fishing license at the same price as the conservation passport.
I mean, for me, it's a non-issue because I'm a senior, so I bought the lifetime fishing and hunting license.
Being an Oklahoma resident, I have a 5-year fishing and my wife has a 5-year fishing, and that seems to be a way to make sure you've got it covered without having to worry about whether I pick one up in January every year.
So that's all I have for this studio chat. Just remember, have fun out there, but stay safe, explore your world.